Hi, welcome. We're going to do a little flow with the support of a mudra practice. I'm going to be drawing some information about mudras and referring to this book, Mudra, The Sacred Secret, by one of my teachers, Indu Arora, and I will be sure to type that in the YouTube notes. Mudras are hand positions. And oftentimes, when I'm beginning a class, I might I might offer the invitation to notice if it feels right to have your hands palms up, palms down on your body. So that's a very basic awareness that we can cultivate. And Indu says mudras are a combination of elegance and mysticism. They purify, energize, and divinize the spiritual aspirant in a similar way as mantra resuscitation. And so the mudras are also referred to as electric circuits of the subtle channels in physical and etheric bodies. And Indu's book has a lot of reference and research on mudras. So I'm going to show you some of the mudras that we'll be working with in this practice. Anjali Mudra or Namaskar Mudra. And this is one that is such a beautiful expression. I refer to this expression as the paying attention to being alive. It's used a lot in asana practice and meditation, and this sensation of feeling the heat between your hands and this awareness. I like to keep my fingers touching and the heel of my hands together and have a little space between my palms and just notice the sensations that are present there. And so that's Anjali Mudra. And we can see that all through the world, people that have various belief systems and maybe don't call this a mudra, this is sort of a universal gesture of gratitude, of awe, of introspection, all of those things. So we'll be working with Anjali Mudra. We're going to work with Padma Mudra. So you can see I have my pinkies and my thumbs together and the heel of my hands just barely touching and the fingers are open. And this is the symbol of the lotus. This is seen in a lot of Indian classical dances. And this is that symbol of transformation. So this is a beautiful way to symbolize that alchemy of transformation in your life and invite the alchemy of transformation. So Padma Mudra, the lotus. And then Kali Mudra. And here, well, I'm not going to mirror. We're crossing our hands over and we're crossing the left over the right, which might feel very different if your dominant hand is right. And the left thumb is over the right. And so you have your pointed fingers up and your thumbs crossed over. Kali Mudra. And this is the mudra of fierce protective energy. This is the mudra to really break up patterns of negativity and invite clarity. So this is Kali Mudra. All right, so I'm going to move to the back of the space and we'll be moving through a flow with those mudras. If you use blocks or supports, have them available. And we'll begin just moving through all of the mudras with the breath and then incorporate that into more of a flow. So finding a way to connect through the soles of your feet. You can certainly do this sitting down if that feels more available to you. Feeling your feet on the earth, the stability of the earth below you. Letting your tailbone root down so you feel that center of gravity awaken. Let your shoulder blades rest on the back ribs, feeling the space between your ears and your shoulders, letting your hands, making sure your knees aren't locked, that there's intention in Tadasana, this sort of alert calmness. And bringing our hands to this Anjali Mudra, this mudra of devotion, of gratitude, of awe, of paying attention to being alive. And we'll inhale that up and exhale, bringing the arms down. Inhale, coming back up. And exhale, letting the hands come back to Anjali Mudra. Breathing in, breathing out. Paying attention to your aliveness. And then go ahead and come into Padma Mudra or Lotus Mudra. Keeping the pinkies and the thumbs together, the heel of the hands just barely touching as you open the fingers, this symbol of transformation. The alchemy of transformation, that process. Inhaling that up and out into a world that is in need of transformation. And inhaling that back up. Lotus to the heart center, inviting those seeds of transformation to be planted in your heart. Padma Mudra. And then bringing your hands to Kali Mudra, crossing the left over the right, which might feel awkward if you're right-handed, if your dominant hand is the right, the left thumb over the right. This is the symbolic of the feminine, the fierce protecting energy of the mama. Across cosmologies we see that. And so this fierce energy that breaks up negativity, inhaling that up and out into a world that needs to have that energy broken up and dismantled, and bringing that back up and bringing that fierce energy into your own heart center. Kali Mudra. Breathing in and out, noticing the difference in these energies. And releasing your hands, and I'm not going to mirror this. I did mention this one. This is the Abhaya Mudra. This is the mudra to remove fear to receive blessing. So I've seen this mudra with the hand forward and the hand on the heart, one hand forward and one hand open or down. And this is, often the Buddha is depicted with this. And this is the mudra of fearlessness, removing fear to receive blessing, the Abhaya Mudra. Noticing what that feels like, and noticing what it feels like to have your hand palms up or palm down. All right, taking another breath here, releasing. We're going to incorporate that into a little bit more of a movement practice. So obviously you can do these as a standalone practice, or you can do them just like I introduced them now and sort of, connect with where they land. I'm going to incorporate this into a very basic flow. So if you use a chair or blocks or any supports like that, have them available to you. And we'll begin standing where you want to stand in your space. Coming into Tadasana, mountain, finding that stability and feeling the fluidity around your joints, creating that stability to allow for fluidity. And then bringing our hands to Anjali Mudra, this beautiful gesture of paying attention to our aliveness, for paying attention to have been given the privilege of this day. We'll inhale that up. Exhale, nice long spine coming all the way down, hinging the hips, leading with the heart. You're welcome to look up and lengthen and step back into downward facing dog. Breathing in and out here, letting our heart and our head humbly move toward the earth. And then when it feels complete, walking your hands back to your feet. Rooting to rise up, coming all the way up. Anjali Mudra to the heart center. And invite yourself into a slow meditative walk with this mudra, this gesture. Coming back to the front. Releasing your hands. Breathing in and out. And then inviting your hands to come into the lotus. Thumbs together, pinkies together, heel of the hand just barely touching, opening the space between the fingers. This symbol of transformation, inhaling that symbol up and exhaling, coming all the way down. You're welcome to look up and lengthen and step back into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then walking your hands back to your feet. I'm going to bring my feet a little closer. And then rooting to rise, strong legs, power up. Inhaling, coming up lotus to the heart center on the exhale. And then walking with that slow meditative walk. Walking with that symbol of transformation. The alchemy of changing and transforming. Lotus at the heart. Releasing your hands and taking a breath in and out, making any movement that feels like it is supportive to you. Coming back into Tadasana. And then coming into Kali Mudra, the left hand crossed over the right. So the pointer fingers are pointing forward, the left thumb is over the right. This fierce energy that breaks up negativity. This is one where we want to get there quick. This fierce energy. Inhaling that fierce energy up and exhaling once again into a forward fold. Looking up and lengthening and stepping or hopping or any other movement back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Walking the hands back to the feet. Strong legs, power up through the legs, and invite that power to extend all the way up to that Kali Mudra over the head. Exhale that fierce energy into your own heart center, and invite yourself in that slow meditative walk with Kali Mudra to the front of your mat. Breathing in and out. Releasing your hands. Coming back to mountain, to Tadasana. Returning with awareness to this expression of calm alertness. Noticing how these mudras have landed for you. And we'll have our last mudra, the Abhaya Mudra, the right hand forward, and the left hand palms facing up or palm facing down. Sometimes I like to bring my hand to my heart and then open the hand. So do what feels right for you. A mudra to remove fear, to receive blessing. Breathing in and out, letting the energy of that mudra infuse your entire being. And then with that energy, inhaling it, coming all the way up. Exhale, leading with the heart, coming all the way down. Look up and lengthen and come back one last time to our Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then walking the hands back to the feet, keeping that little bend in the knees and the ankles. Power through the legs, root to rise, to come into Abhaya Mudra. And with the energy of fearlessness and openness, we'll take our final walk to the front of our mat. Removing fear to receive blessing. Taking one more breath in and out together. And releasing the mudra. And so this is a practice that you might want to journal after and just explore how these mudras showed up for you and invite yourself to learn more. Thank you for watching.